There are two sides, those who JUUL and those who don't, and these are their stories. JUULing has become a national issue for teens and young adults in the past few years. Recently, this trend has become so popular, pods are flying off the shelves. The intent of the product was to give adults a cleaner alternative to quitting cigarettes. However, their safer alternative motto has been adapted by students across the nation, specifically at Arizona State University. I sat down with a few individuals to analyze the JUUL and to get to the bottom of why this device has become so popular.
First, I had a discussion with a 17-year-old high school student who is helping us understand how she fell victim to the JUUL. Can you explain to us how the JUUL works?
Yeah, so you have the device and the pod that has the nicotine in it, and then you just plug it in.
How did you get involved in JUULing?
Well, I was with the guy that I liked and all of his friends, and he had a JUUL, and he just kept telling me, just do it with me, it won't hurt. And it was the best experience I've ever had, but that's how I fell victim to the JUUL.
And what's your favorite flavor?
Bangers is bangers, bro.
How many pods do you use each day?
Usually like 1 or 2.
What's the most you've finished in a day?
About 3, but he was really good, so it's probably the highest it's gonna get.
I meant pods.
Oh, yeah, still about 3.
And how much is a pack of pods?
$17.29.
And how do you pay for them at just $17?
I do a lot of chores around the house. I do a lot of dishes and vacuuming, you know.
And how do you get access to these products being underage?
I call Gail.
Next, I interviewed Gail, a 19-year-old who calls herself a black market pod dealer. How many students reach out to you for pods each day?
About 10.
What age range do you sell to?
They call, I answer. No questions asked. Sorry, here's one now. You got Gail? How many do you want? Just one? Yeah, I guess it'll be about 40 bucks.
40 seems pretty pricey. How do you get away with this?
Sorry, just give me a minute. They're 8th graders. They don't know any better.
With so many teenagers and young adults using the JUUL, a very recently released product, there's no science behind the long-term effects that the JUUL could have on their body. We don't know if JUULs could lead to cancer or lung disease. All we know is how they're affecting us right now. So one of the most frightening aspects of the JUUL or any electronic cigarette is that any JUULer of this generation doesn't quite understand that they're a guinea pig in a test on what the JUUL's effects are on human health.
Do you use this product yourself?
Heck no. I'd rather have a guinea pig and not be one.
In order to keep his anonymity, Spencer will remain inside the closet. How long have you been using the product?
Well, I've known I've liked him for a while, but it wasn't until last year that I was actually able to put my hands on one.
Are you pretty open about your usage?
Yeah, I keep it off social media, but my friends know how I feel about it.
Does your family know?
No, they wouldn't approve. They don't think it's natural.
Why do you use it?
Well, when I put my lips to it, I just feel so good that it's hard to stop. I get a rush, and it really appeals to me.
JUULs are so new that it's hard to know how it will affect your health, which also means there might not be a cure. Are you worried about the potential side effects the JUUL could have?
I plan on getting tested since the risks are so high.
With cigs being the most common choice, why do you choose the JUUL?
Because we can't have cigs inside.
What Spencer is referring to is often considered one of the most attractive parts of using an electronic cigarette, such as the JUUL. This head rush is caused by releasing adrenaline and increasing the flow of oxygen to your brain. When you inhale that nicotine, it prevents blood and oxygen from being able to reach your brain, which is what releases the adrenaline because your body is now concerned that blood cannot reach the brain efficiently. This causes extreme stress on your body, and with increased stress, the likelihood of a stroke or a heart attack also increases significantly. The National Institute of Health recently discovered that tobacco and nicotine are the leading causes of preventable cancer. Nicotine forms metabolites, which increase cell division, causing tumor growth and cancer development. E-cigarette research is still in its early stages, though one study from earlier this month found that teenagers using e-cigarettes face cancer-causing toxins. Another recent study points out people could be inhaling unsafe levels of toxic metals. JUUL has a full-time director of youth education and prevention to further their fight against their products ending up with underage kids by educating them on the potential side effects. The American Cancer Society recently said in a statement that, based on current available evidence, using current generation e-cigarettes is less harmful than smoking cigarettes. But is it worth the gamble when the health effects of long-term use are not known?